Hi, I'm Brian King at King Law Offices, and we're continuing our journey through what is the DNA of King Law? What does it mean to be at King Law? And what is who we are? And one of the important pieces of this is the exit interview and closing out the case of the client. It's so important. These cases start with such a fire, such an explosion. There's so much going on, and the client is questioning all those pieces. Oftentimes, you are so spent by the time that case is over because maybe you've gone through a trial. Maybe you've gone through a extensive transactional work where you've built this estate plan for the person. And sometimes it fizzles out at the end where it's just like, okay, we finally got to that finish line and we're all tired. But it's so important that there's a few steps that we have to put together in order to close that case out. Number one, we have to remind that client, say like, hey, look, as your case ends, you're going to know other people that are going through this. When you're going through a legal issue, whatever that may be, you start talking to other people and those people relate back of it. And you want to make sure you say like, hey, remind people that, hey, you've had a good experience here at King Law and to share that with your friends. Because I think that a lot of times we forget to ask. Just ask people for referrals and they will send them to you. Number two, ask for a review. Google is the way customers shop in this time. And that means that even if they've been referred by somebody else, they're still going to go online and they're going to look and say like, hey, what have other people experienced? And when they've experienced that, they need to be able to show that and spend that time. Now, confidentiality is what it is. It's up to the client to make that decision. But I strongly encourage my clients, leave a Google review, show 5 stars and be able to say like, hey, this is a place that you need to go. You want to create an uncluttered environment where clients feel like new clients will be treated the same way they are. So you don't want a messy office. You don't want those things. You want that exit interview to be a place where it's like, yes, I've had a good experience here. This is a place where I can refer and there's other people to be taken care of. And then finally, give clients lots of tools because whatever legal issue it is, maybe it's custody, maybe it's a divorce, maybe it's a civil litigation, or maybe their criminal charges are finally resolved. They're going to continue to have questions. So you want to give them tools that they can use because, at the end of a custody case, you may be done as a lawyer or a law firm, but that person's going to continue to have issues when the kid gets in trouble at school or that civil litigation agreement comes up and now there's a customer has a similar problem. You want to give the client tools that they can continue to be able to resolve cases on their own without having to come back to the firm. But also know that when they do need to come back, that will be right there. Their case file will be immediately opened and they can pick up right where they left off. Those are all important pieces that we want that exit of the law office to go and say like, hey, once you're a member of King Law, once you've been a client of King Law, you've got a lawyer for the rest of your life. And it's an important piece of who we are and the DNA that we are at King Law.